I want to start today's video by saying that I will be making an announcement about my channel subscription this weekend, so turn notifications on if you don't want to miss that. I wasn't really online in the Discord today, and that's because of how busy I've been. It's just been too much. I did trade some puts this morning. I closed some puts this morning. I didn't enter into any new positions today. I ended the week flat with my day trades. I lost a whole $5. Woo. So it was kind of a quiet week, I guess, but more than anything else, I think what we might be seeing is a trend reversal. Now, as a trend trader, if I only lose $5 as the trend reverses, that's pretty good. It is a little too early to call trend reversal, though. Let's go ahead and open the charts, have a look. I have SPY, IWM, VIX, and AMC pulled up. The dailies are looking pretty good. Big green candle. Okay, it's not that tall. It's not really that green, but the bodies are pretty well sized. You see that? Only the tail here is a little short guy and a little itty bitty wick. So these are healthy green candles. I like that. VIX taking a huge dump as the markets push higher, making a higher low and a higher high from yesterday. Both SPY and IWM did that, and AMC did too, although we do have this nasty wick on AMC. This is typically a pretty bearish thing. You can see the RSI has come back down below 55 and is kind of flat. That means that our closes and the averages are just kind of lining up. Everything's sort of quiet. The RSI on SPY at 44, and on IWM it's the same. Wow, they're like within a percent every time. That's crazy. And of course, VIX it does have an RSI. It's down to 45 as well. So, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. Very interesting. What would I call this? Probably, it looks like sellers are done selling and buyers aren't ready to buy yet. It means that the price could really be pushed either way by whichever side of the buy and sell you're on. So let's go ahead and open up the intraday charts here and have a look. I have IWM pulled up on the 15-minute chart. You can see that there is an internal trend line drawn here by a solid green line, and that starts at the low we set at 162, and that trend has broken. You can see that I have a downtrend here, but this downtrend has also been broken, and we have a new uptrend set by the last couple of days. Now, this is a little nerve-wracking because this does make a nice bear flag. Nice bear flag. And volume has been, let's see, you're probably dropping. It's hard to tell with this many spikes on open and close. So what I do is I watch the 30-period average, which is a yellow line through here, and you can see that this yellow line is kind of sporadic. So even implied volatility is not really telling me much here. This could be, here's the bear scenario, is that we get a second leg down. I'm just going to duplicate this first leg and say, hey, this is bearish. If we do get that breakout and it comes down and makes a full extension, we're coming in setting a new lower low, just a little lower low, and I've said that. Now, I'm serious when I say at the bottom is almost in. It might take a week, though, to get there if we make this move. If we get about half of that move, that'd be the most bullish thing. So maybe that would mean coming down and finding support right around here at 165 and then pushing higher. That would also be a bullish thing, but would start with a little bearish breakout. Of course, naturally, the most bullish thing is for the price to climb higher. So at what point am I actually going to be bullish on IWM? Well, I'm going to be short-term bullish on IWM when the price can close above this uptrend. It needs to reclaim this uptrend in order to form a bottom below that trend line. Bottoms typically form below trend lines, so that's what I'm looking for on IWM. Moving into SPY. It's a similar story. Let me just you can see I was expecting this dump, right? That didn't happen. So we popped higher, and that was kind of nice. So this trend line is a little steeper, I think, on SPY. And I think I actually need to even increase that right there. That's what that trend line is. You can see the price here is further away from that. And this just means that SPY, if it does reverse in a bullish way, it's going to be a little more dramatic. Let me go ahead and just change that line to yellow really quick. There we are. I'm going to duplicate it. And here's the thing is this is also kind of a nice bear flag. Maybe it's got a little pennant shape to it. It could break down and lower, in which case we'd be coming in and setting a new low. It's like IWM and SPY. They just move together more than anything else. And so I'm wondering why I look at both. But it's important, too, because they're different. If we do get a full extension off of that measured move down, the 1, 2, 3 pushes down, we're going to get a new low. It's going to be a little lower. I have a 350 target on SPY, but we may not reach that before we reverse. I really am hoping to see the markets push up on Tuesday morning, not Monday morning, because it's the 4th of July. For once I remembered a holiday. Ha! Exoplanetary is always giving me a hard time for that, and with good reason. So SPY and IWM both ready to make big pushes down or set really bullish reversals. It's just what is indicating that it may go which way? I don't know. The RSI here on the 15-minute chart on SPY is just about an overbought, but I expect that it will push higher. And really the RSI doesn't signal a trend reversal. You don't reach 70 or 30 and then reverse, because indicators follow the price. So if you do have a big, strong, sustained rally and the price is pushing higher and higher and higher, the RSI can remain overbought or oversold for a very long time. It's just an expression of averages in the price, not necessarily some magic thing. Okay, going to AMC next, really quick. I didn't look at the charts today, but this is really interesting. Right after the open, I found it curious that the price reversed right at the upper trend line of this broadening top that I had here, and this would be a corrective phase. I have a little motive waveform identified here, and I have changed this since the last time I showed it. I think it's a little better now. You can see you push 1, 2, 3 comes up to here, 4 is very small, 5, and then we have a corrective wave, and which is a reverse triangle or megaphone top, and the price pushed up at the top, came down, 1, 2, 3, measure moved down, and then made another measure move down. So these might be ABC corrections, right? ABC, and then A, B, or I should say A, B, C, and then we have, look at this, a rejection of more downside. We actually set a higher low from the intraday low, but we didn't set a higher high. This is really hard to read. The price appears to just be spinning on the 61.8 retracement level of the run overall, and I think that closing above that would be bullish, but below it is bearish. This rejection, this created that big wick on the daily candle, and honestly, it looks like this almost could have been a bearish hammer. Although, God, it's hard to say. I really think, though, that this could be bullish, too. I was thinking that we might have wave 1, 2, and minor wave 3 coming up. It's just, this is a hard chart to read. Like, is there an inverted head and shoulders in here? I mean, I guess the open would really break that, though. AMC is doing weird stuff, but, you know, I want to say that looks pretty good. You see the price comes down, it starts to come up, but it's being held down at this 1366 level. So if AMC can't close above that, that's going to be a big issue. It does look like we're forming some sort of price mirror. Interesting to see this big dip here, and that somehow mirrors this big spike up here. I mean, here's that pivot point right in the middle. So, you know, if that continues to apply, then, well, the inverse would be nasty because this was a run up. So if we have a run down on the other side, that would not be great. AMC loves a price mirror. If SPY and IWM push down lower and complete their measured move downs and measured moves down and find new lows, AMC is going to go down with them. That's just all there is to it. But I do think, though, the markets are in a good spot to rally. There's just no way to know. Looking at GameStop, I was saying that we might find a nice roof bottom. And, you know, that's not too shabby, is it? Not too shabby. Maybe we can say, hey, well, oof, it's close. It's definitely, the price is definitely hugging this trend line. And let me just finish drawing this roof. That would be the roof. And a roof is different than an inverted head and shoulders pattern because you have more than 2 touches along what would be the neckline, but this is actually, this would technically be the top plate of the wall of our inverted roof where the gable is meeting the wall framing. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3 touches on this horizontal level support and resistance, which does make a roof, and we do have more than 2 touches on each trend line. This is the only side that really has me kind of scratching my head, like, what is going on here? Implied volatility is dropping, which suggests that the push higher might be corrective. The day was green, though. So much weird stuff going on. At the end of the day, I think we are in a very, very short-term uptrend, and the markets could, from here, launch higher. I think sentiment is at all-time lows, and perhaps the herd is generally wrong. I don't know. Could be. If everyone decides to sell and liquidate and let the markets burn, then the markets burn. If the institutions are ready to start buying, then that will signal the reversal. There's a lot of talk about recession. There's a lot of talk about inflation and the effect of inflation. I mean, here's the thing. Does the Federal Reserve even control the money supply? Does the Federal Reserve even control the money supply? And if not, then how could they ever combat inflation? Something to think about. Is the effect of inflation, is the rise in prices that we've seen this year really due to the increase in the money supply, or is it due to price gouging? Are there some supply chain issues? Are we suffering from the effects of megacorporations' negligence? Ooh, good questions to ask. Anyway, if you want some perspective on those issues, that's the kind of content I'm going to be talking about in my channel subscription. So that's going to be $1.99 a month. It'll include weekly videos, and that's going to be composed of my weekly and monthly charts of stock indexes, SPX, the NASDAQ, Dow. I'll be covering the mega caps too. And I'm going to be doing more in-depth analysis of AMC and GameStop as well. So if you're interested in that content, buy the subscription. If you like the content, subscribe, like, comment. You do you, I do me. It's a great way of life. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I'm just babbling on, so happy trading.